Tonight's matchup is brought to you by the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way. The beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you. LifeVantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom. By ESPN 700, the home of the Real Salt Lake and Monarchs soccer. Listen to every match by tuning into ESPN 700, Utah's #1 sports talk. By Valley Fair Mall. Valley Fair Mall has it all. And by Rio Tinto Kennecott. We invite you to take a closer look at riotintokennecott.com.
Soccer fans, welcome into the beautiful Rio Tinto Stadium for tonight's matchup between Arizona United and the Real Monarchs here in the regular season finale for the Monarchs. I'm Landon Southwick, joined alongside my partner Sean Blymiller for the call of tonight's game and what should be an exciting one as the Monarchs are riding a 4-game win streak and have set the USL on fire as of recent, Sean.
They have. They're on a streak, 4 games, like you said, in a row. This could make it number 5. And they could end on a good note where they can give something to look forward to for the 2016 campaign.
They're coming off their first road win in Arizona last week, a 3-2 victory over Arizona United in Arizona, which was a great game. Goals from multiple people, some unlikely heroes. Kavita putting in his first of the year, Sunley, and the typical Max Rohofer.
Well, and Faniel Kavita made Team of the Week for his efforts with that goal, with his first career professional goal. Alex Sunley, I've been saying a couple of times now that I'm hoping that he gets on the score sheet. He finally did against Arizona. And then, of course, Max Rauhofer adds his 8th of the season. So with him up top, you've got a couple other attacking options as well. Should be a fun match.
Sunley's been one of those players that's been tasked with defensive and offensive, as we're going to check out the lineups for tonight's game, and we'll look at the visitors lineup, the Arizona United's lineup first, here momentarily on the screen. As we look at things, before we get to check that out, Sean, Sunley has been one of those players that's really been kind of under the radar, but he often has been tasked to wear the captain's armband when Baldin and Velasco have been off the pitch, but he's done a great job in wearing that armband and really has stepped up to be a leader of this team.
Yeah, he's more of the creative, the number 8 role instead of the 6, where he sat in defensively because Ricardo Velasco has been injured. Like we saw earlier a couple weeks ago, he dislocated his shoulder and then tore a ligament. And so now Alex Sunley steps into that creative role.
Tonight we should look for, Sean, a potent attack from the Monarchs as they throw out 3 very capable forwards, they're sitting in a 4-5-1 today, essentially, with Rauhofer, Welshman, and Oriana really capable of scoring, and Sunley showed his ability as well.
Yeah, it should be fun. Oriana and Emery Welshman out wide, running at players, attacking, so it should be a great game.
Now we'll get a look at the
questions in 90 seconds. What's your name?
Lucas Balding.
What position do you play?
Center midfield.
What's the hardest thing about playing center midfield?
Connecting every pass.
What's your number?
18.
Where are you from?
From Brazil.
What's your favorite European club?
By the style of play, I would say Barcelona.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Miracle.
Who's your soccer hero?
Kaká.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram.
Vine or Snapchat?
Snapchat.
What's your favorite food?
Brazilian food.
What do you love to put on your pizza?
Pepperoni.
Favorite band?
Oasis.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Favorite sport besides soccer?
Golf.
Person you'd like to have dinner with?
Kaká.
A country you'd like to visit?
Italy.
Favorite color?
Green.
What do you do to relax?
Play video games.
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Be invisible.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
What's the last hobby you picked up?
Actually golf.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
What do you miss most about your hometown?
My parents.
Favorite Disney character?
I'll say Goofy.
What's your game day ritual?
Wake up, go have breakfast with Eric and Arnaud, relax, and come to the stadium.
Who are you rooming with?
Eric and Lennon.
Favorite subject in school?
I'll say history.
Funniest player on the team?
I love the way Riley tells the stories.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
And we're back live here at Rio Tinto Stadium as the national anthem is being sung here in the stadium with a large crowd expected on hand tonight. 7,000 plus here for the season finale for the Monarchs, who are riding, like we mentioned, Sean, that hot winning streak of 4 games. Really all season long they've been looking to get on a streak like this, and it's coming at the end of the season.
Yeah, they're coming in form, and if you read some articles from head coach Freddie Juarez this week, he was interviewed, and he talked about how the team has played well all season long in possession, in combining and keeping the ball. But it's hard to make the argument that they're performing and doing well when you don't get the W's. But if you looked and listened to all of the interviews of opposing coaches prior to every game this season, every one of them has said that the Monarchs are a good team, a good side that keeps the ball.
In looking at possession stats, Sean, the Monarchs typically dominate possession. They do well, very well here at home at Rio Tinto Stadium, where they're able to possess and dictate play. When they get in trouble is when teams come in and play counterattack soccer on them.
Well, and a couple of things to know of that, I got a couple of key notes from Coach Juarez. He says, impose our style with high tempo, ball circulation of the ball to set the defense, and then go. Wear them down physically, take advantage of the high altitude, create overloads in the middle third and attacking half with Mikey, Emery, and Max, and then create 2v1 out wide and attack at pace. When they unbalance the defense, attack with numbers in the box and look to shoot, look to shoot, look to shoot. One thing that the Monarchs have done all season long is kept possession. In recent weeks, to get the W's, they've been able to attack and break down the opposing team to get the goal-scoring opportunities. Their goals against average has been driving down over the last couple weeks.
Monarchs 5-3-5 at home, Sean, and sitting with a 6th best attendance mark in the USL and first among MLS teams. So something to be proud of here at the end of the season. Has been an up and down season with the Monarchs really peaking here late in the season in attendance and on the field.
You're exactly right. So it should be a fun, exciting match. I want to run through a few key players for the visiting Arizona United. In the back, you've got Brock Granger, Tyler Ruthven, Carl Wazinski, Edward Zay, and Damian Rosales. Brock Granger was drafted by Real Salt Lake in the 2013 Super Draft. 50th overall. He came to preseason, but then never was offered a contract. Here's his chance to prove his critics wrong. Their number 1 producer for Arizona United with 14 goals on the season is number 29, Long Tan. He's a Chinese player. Last year, 2014, he was with Harbin Yatang of the Super League in China.
He's a player to watch out for tonight, as Orozco and Kavita are going to pair up in the back line at center back. Having done this last week, they have a little bit of a view of who Tan is, but he also scored last week, so they've got to watch out for him tonight.
Yeah, part of the defensive focus from Freddie Juarez, he says, press their holding mid. He'll give up the ball, but deny long-range shots, denied wide service from defensive third, and watch Tan and Chin for 90 minutes. Chin is not starting, but keep an eye on Tan the entire match.
And we are underway here at Rio Tinto Stadium with Arizona United in their all-white kits, moving from left to right, as that one's going to be out of play. Ball looking for Dennis. Arnone's going to throw in for the Monarchs. Center referee's going to move him back as he slowly crept his way up. He's throwing all the way up to Rauhofer. Oriana's going to go at it. Oriana to Welshman. Oriana gets taken out. There's going to be an advantage played.
The center referee calls it back and whistles for a foul. Oriana's clipped as he plays a ball, sprays it out wide to Emery Welshman, earns a set piece in a good area of the field.
Sean, might have been the reason why his ball was a little in front of Welshman, as he got taken out right as he was passing that. So we'll get a free kick. Alex Sunley and Emery Welshman are going to stand over it. Looks like Sunley's going to take it.
Sunley wearing the captain's armband tonight.
Little far for a shot, Sean, but definitely players capable of hitting this. Welshman's going to stand over it with Sunley. 3-man wall in front of them.
Fanny Kavita, Orozco all forward in the attack.
Welshman's shot deflected and up and over the bar for a corner kick for the Monarchs. Here, the first of the match. Sunley, the captain, will trot out to the far side of the field to take it. He's going to have an outswinger. Look out for Kavita and Orozco. Headers off Orozco and wide. Be a goal kick for United.
It was off a set piece that Fanny Kavita scored his goal against Arizona United last week. Ball kind of fell at his foot right about the penalty spot, between the penalty spot and the 6, and he's able to just poke that in.
Monarchs going to go up for this. Pekka doesn't have much height, will go up for it. Monarchs swarming very well so far. Fito, the local product out of Layton, Utah, is going to be lucky not to go in the book for that late challenge, Sean, as he came through.
I think he's high on
here
the
on the
challenge
replay.
as well, is what they're complaining about.
As you saw on the replay, high and late. He's going to be given a warning, it looks like.
As soon as he came up from the challenge, he's waving at the referee. No. I think he's signaling that he's pulling out of the challenge. But like I said, it looks like more of his boot is towards the higher shin of the United player.
He won't be carded for that one. It's going to be brought down, but Welshman's going to dispossess United. McGovern forward to Rauhofer. Rauhofer using his big body, and he's going to be knocked off the ball. Turnover in the midfield for United, as Orozco is going to knock that one out of play for a corner kick. Or a goal kick.
Yeah, the assistant referee is signaling a corner, but the center referee pointed to the goal kick. A little confusing.
Looking forward to Welshman. Too far in front of him, and that won't be out of play. So we're in the 5th minute here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Sean Blymiller, Landon Southwick on the call of tonight's game. Here on KMYU. Also on YouTube. All season long.
Landon, you mentioned Arizona United must win today. They are sitting with 31 points on the season. You've got the Tulsa Roughnecks with 39 points. So if they want to make postseason, they have to win. Monarchs have been the spoilers of late.
Granger is going to throw this one in. Both teams looking to settle in here early on. Kavita will head that one out. Another local product from Salt Lake City, Utah. Granger with another throw in and just in front of the Monarch bench. Sunley will cut it off. Oriana is moving forward to Rauhofer. To Welshman on the near side.
That's what you like to see, Emery Welshman isolated.
Orozco. Monarchs going to swing along the back line. Oriana is going to be taken out. He's looking for the call. He's been battling with Granger here early on in this one.
Little miscommunication between Granger and Danny Garcia. Granger plays it off Garcia's foot.
Rauhofer is going to settle. Look to be a handball. but it'll be knocked out by Zaya. Arnone into Oriana. Pekka's going to keep it in, but it'll be a handball, I believe. Monarchs trying to settle in. Monarchs 5-3-5 at home this season. Arizona United 4-8-0 on the road. Dennis. He'll get it back. Looking will be cut off by McGovern and kept in. It's going to be looking to whip it in the box on the near side by Rosales. Okay. Cuevas. McGovern's going to cut it off. His pass just short. It'll be a throw-in again for United on the near side of the field. Quickly thrown into Dennis.
He gives it away. Rauhofer's going the other way. Trips over the ball. No foul called.
Rauhofer slow to get up. Shaking his hands. Ruthin is going to give it away to Fito. Rauhofer's out wide. Looks in the box. Oriana all alone. Over his head. Be out of play on the far side. Another throw in for United.
Yeah, the service from Rauhofer was just slightly behind Oriana. He's not able to reach back and cock back to get a header on goal. Arizona United is a -22 goal differential on the season, where the Monarchs are a -11. That, like I mentioned earlier, that they've improved greatly over the last couple of weeks, especially with the victories in that category.
Rosales. He's going to take his green grass. It's going to be defended by Sunley. Sunley wearing the captain's armband for the Monarchs tonight.
Foul whistled on Orozco.
Oriana's going to cut off Granger, looking for the entry pass. United will swing it along their back line. Pass is given away straight to Kavita, and Kavita's going to play back to the keeper.
What a clean touch from Kavita. It's a long ball and just such a soft cushion pillow touch for him to bring it down and settle.
McGovern looking forward. His pass is errant and out of play. Looking for Tan up top. Tan has not been able to be found by the the United midfield.
Both teams really struggling to combine on their passes earlier. There's no real true dominating team at the moment in possession, completed passes.
Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub. That's at USLsoccer.com.
It'll be interesting to see how this game develops. It is 90 degrees when I pulled in here in middle of the afternoon. Arizona United not used to the elevation.
Definitely used to the heat, Sean. They played in a game not too long ago where it was 115 at game time. So this is probably feeling quite nice, this 90-degree weather, but the elevation probably doesn't help.
This will help the Monarchs as the game develops, as they just knock the ball side to side, get Arizona United chasing.
Pekka looking for Arnone. His pass will be cut off by Granger. are known. It's the crowd starting to chant for the Monarchs here. Both teams still looking to settle possession in.
It's extremely crowded, a lot of traffic. Both teams are compact on one side of the field. I'd say like a quarter of the field when they do have the ball. So especially once you get near the center midfield, makes it hard to combine on those passes.
Oriana's going to cut that pass off. Be a throw-in for Granger. Tan. Monarchs going to dispossess United. Pekka's going forward. Looking for Welshman. Welshman's going to get around. He's on the edge of the area. He's going to turn. Knocks it in the box. Welshman to Rauhofer for the goal. Real Salt Lake takes the lead, or Real Monarchs take the lead here in the 13th minute of play as Emery Welshman turns the corner, finds Rauhofer, who puts it away into the corner pocket.
So deceptive from Emery Welshman. I don't know if we can catch the run from him early on. He was a little hesitant in taking off. He kind of baited his defender in, thinking he was going central, and then he went outside on the outside shoulder of, I believe it was Tyler Ruthven, the center back, and then he just gets around the corner and lays an easy ball off. There's his little run. Gets around the corner, lays the ball off for Max Rauhofer to add his 9th of the season.
Rauhofer did a great job to get space in front of Zaya, kept his body in front of it, and was able to just put it into the corner pocket. Monarchs take an early lead here in the 14th minute of play. Can't ask for a better start, Sean, for the Monarchs as both teams were looking to settle in.
Well, that just adds to Emery Welshman's totals over the last couple of weeks. He's just rounding into good form, probably his best form of the season. He's dealing with some nagging knee injuries early on.
He's one of those players, Sean, who's very capable of playing at a high level. Was drafted by Toronto FC in 2013 and played for Real Salt Lake in the Arizona Desert Diamond Cup. Are known out wide. He'll cut it back. Fito with some nice footwork. Pekka. Sunley. Arnone. Monarchs being very patient here as they lead 1-0 in the 15th minute of play.
Freddie Juarez talked about how to unbalance the defense. So this is a possession with a purpose. As early on, they kept the ball, especially in the middle third. But when you unbalance the defense and kind of shift them from side to side and open up the gaps, once they're vulnerable and susceptible behind, that's where you go at them. That's exactly what we saw in the goal by Rauhofer.
Garcia. Looking forward to Dennis. Dennis. We cut off by McGovern and Orozco. So he was looking for the call, Sean, as he went down. He probably would have got the call if he would have kept playing through that one. So we'll see a replay.
That's where Dunny would say landing gear went up too easy. He went down as soon as he played the ball between the two defenders, hoping for the call.
Rauhofer. Zaya's going to beat him to the ball. Play it back to the keeper. Wozinski has been a mainstay for Arizona United this season. Ball looking forward to Tan. Well defended by Kavita. Kavita will let it go over his head. Granger. Cuevas with a nice move. Cuevas' shots. He's bending it wide. Didn't have much of an opportunity there, but tried to create something as he bent that one away.
He's been all over the USL. He signed with Charleston Battery in 2012, but he did sign a long-term deal with Arizona United back in November of 2014. So that is Cuevas, Jose Cuevas, who I'm speaking of.
Cuevas wearing the number 10, a playmaker for Arizona United. Kavita. He'll play it back to Fernandez. Fernandez is going to play it forward. McGovern. He'll move into space. He's got Welshman in front of him. To Welshman. Welshman with a shot. That'll be blocked, but brought down by McGovern. Back to Welshman. Well defended by Arizona United. They're still not out of the woods.
This is a counter press. As soon as the ball's turned over, Monarchs push high to try to win it right back. If they don't, then they all retreat and get in their block of what they call a 1-4-4-1-1. So that, of course, 4 in the back, 4 midfielders, and then you've got the 1 forward just in behind Rauhofer, who's the high target.
Ball's going to be out wide to McGovern. Back to Fito. To Arnone on the far side. He'll settle it. Sunley to Pekka. Kind of a bad ball to give away in that midfield, as McGovern's going to be able to slow down Dennis as he turns.
Yeah, it didn't look like he put enough on it. Almost a hospital ball where it doesn't make it to its destination. It's got to just hit it with a little bit more pace.
Monarchs defending well so far, Sean, as they're applying pressure on all sides of the field and really causing silly giveaways from United.
Yeah, United have had a hard time, like you've mentioned a few times already. Longtan has seen the ball very few times. The service into his foot has been denied on almost every occasion.
Garcia. It's going to be offside on the far side of play. Straight in front of the bench of the Monarchs. You'll see Tyler Arnone, the University of Michigan product. Phenomenal midfielder at Michigan, had a great career there.
Named Big Ten Midfielder of the Year. He was co-captain, and he's just forced his way onto the lineup, whether as a holding mid or as an outside back throughout the season.
Lalo. He'll play it forward. Rauhofer.
Edgar Zaid elevates it up and over Rauhofer to clear that away.
Monarchs were looking to break that pressure, so effective for them as it was headed out of play. As we've mentioned all season long, Sean, the Monarchs are not afraid to play it back to the keeper. Sunley looking for Arnone too far forward.
Yeah, Sunley had a pressure on his back. He didn't really have many options laying that off. As you see, Jose Cuevas dumped right in front of the Monarchs bench.
Cuevas. He'll take the free kick. Just in the shadows. The shadows starting to take over half the pitch. Cuevas will take the free kick. Two-man wall in front of him. He's going to bend it in. Far post. Rauhofer's going to head it out of play.
This will be the first corner for Arizona United. Looked like Emilio Orozco got the touch out of play. Looks like center referee Esteban Rosano is having a conversation with Tyler Ruthven.
Think there was a little tangle up on the last free kick. He's going to be defended by Kavita. Garcia with the corner kick. He'll bend it in. Fernandez Little bit of trouble in the air, but he's able to haul that into his bread basket.
Teasing the fan base a little bit. Looked like it was right in his hand, slips out, but he's right on it again.
Arnone to Welshman. Defender slips. Welshman moving forward.
Romeo Filipovic does excellent timing on his tackle. Emery Welshman thought he had just gone by his defender, Granger.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Fernandez is going to slow things up here as we're in the 23rd minute of play. Monarchs lead 1-0 here against the rival from the south, Arizona United. I'd like to thank all those of you joining in tonight on KMYU locally, and those of you elsewhere joining in on the YouTube channel. McGovern to Sunley. Sunley's going to switch the ball.
See direction from Freddie Juarez where he wants it. He's pointing to Tyler Arnone as soon as Fito got the ball.
Sean, you'll notice Sunley's dropped in a little bit further into the midfield, not really sitting as high as the Monarchs would probably like. Maybe a direction from Coach Freddie Juarez as he's pushing Arnone up here on the far side of play.
And you've got Pekka and also Fito right underneath him, so we'll see if he continues to stay high.
Monarchs possessing very well. Pekka to Arnone. Fito's going to be attempted knock off of the ball by Dennis. Fito's going to stay on it. He's hobbling away from that one. Looks like he caught maybe a dead leg. McGovern going forward. This ball is going to be too far for Oriana, another local product from Provo, Utah.
Head coach for the Arizona United, Michael Del Russo, is having a conversation with Marcelo Chaparro, the alternate official, fourth official. Now, head coach Michael Del Russo, he's in his second year with the club. The inaugural season for Arizona was last year. Before that, he was assistant coach at University of Maryland. He coached Real Salt Lake player John Sturzer while he was there. In his playing days, he was drafted by FC Dallas, played 4 years with them. He brings a lot of experience to the Arizona United bench.
Arnone with a throw-in just in front of the fourth official, just across the midfield stripe. Forward to Rauhofer. Rauhofer's not able to keep that one in play.
Edgar Zay and Max Rauhofer having a conversation pretty close to one another, right in each other's faces right there. I wonder what was going on there.
Both big players. Should have a big battle from both of them tonight. So that ball is going to be out of play, as Rosales is unable to keep that one in. Rauhofer, excuse me, to McGovern. McGovern's going to try to scoop it up and over, as that one will be out of play. McGovern comes out of the University of New Mexico, a Lobo, where the Real Salt Lake organization has a few players from.
You have Sandoval is also New Mexico Lobo.
Welshman, great defensive work rate to knock that one out of play. Garcia with the throw-in. Welshman, pass is picked off.
Nice collision between Garcia and Fito Ovalle. Whistles is rang out right now. I believe the foul on Fito or either Alex Sunley right after that. Now Garcia is on loan from FC Dallas. He signed a homegrown contract with them back in June of 2013.
Fito, a player that's been knocked here in the last couple minutes, looked to be nursing something on his leg a couple minutes ago, is now touching his foot. Something to keep an eye on here as we move forward in the 27th minute of play. Oriana moving forward. He'll cut inside. Oriana's going to be taken out from behind. No call. He might have put his landing gear up just a touch early. Love to see the replay on that one. Is he still down in the box?
Here it is. He's dribbling at pace. He's got two players on his back. You be the judge. I think he gets a shoulder to his back. Here it is again from another angle. Two players. See the elbow right in his lower back or upper back.
Sean, I think you have that one right there. Is Oriana's back up? Freddie Juarez pointing to the fourth official, letting him know, you better look at this replay because something happened there. Probably should have been a PK.
I want to talk a little bit about Oriana. He had a cool visit this week to my neighboring junior high, Eisenhower Junior High, to visit his #1 fan, Alejandro Callejas, another El Salvadorian. And he went there to surprise him and sign an autograph. All credit goes to Mikey Oriana to giving back to the community and making it a school event at Eisenhower Junior High this last week.
Great to see players giving back, Sean, as the Monarchs are trying to have and have done a great job of being a local partner here in the community, doing stuff with McDonald's, putting on these camps locally, and really giving back. I mean, most of these players are very young and really are not too far removed from college or even high school for that matter, and they're giving back to some of the local community. Throw-in's going to be over the head of Pekka. Tan will settle it. Arnone's going to have time. Kavita. He'll play it forward. Welshman. Great effort by Welshman to hold possession up for the Monarchs to slow things up.
Well, and you see his body. He establishes the contact himself on Granger and bumps him before the ball even arrives, just so that he can build his base and have the balance to take his first touch. Here's Oriana again on the dribble with McGovern.
Garcia. Granger. He almost got picked pocket by Rauhofer as Aaron Dennis is going to be offside on that one. He was suspended last week on a red card, so he did not see action last week against the Monarchs.
Aaron Dennis has 4 appearances on the year, 87 minutes. He has 1 goal. He's out of Villanova. He's also played in the PDL for Long Island Rough Riders and the Ocean City Nor'easters.
Fernandez will play it forward. Rauhofer, that one's going to be picked off. Follow @USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversation, have a chance at exclusive giveaways. That's @USL on Twitter. Rauhofer with it. Sunley to Fito. He'll play it back to Orozco, who's been a mainstay for the Monarchs this season, Sean, in the back.
Yeah, he's been one of the most consistent players, 1,657 minutes total.
He'll switch it all the way to the far side to Arnone. Arnone's going to settle it. Arnone's very comfortable in the midfield, as you mentioned early on, was the midfield player of the year.
For the Big Ten, playing at Michigan University. He's comfortable on the ball in tight spaces, which is extremely important, especially as an outside back when you're trying to possess going forward.
Looking forward to Tan. He's going to push him right into Kavita. Or Kavita right into Fernandez.
Kavita stands strong. He's got that big stature and frame to hold the players off just like that.
Sean, he's one of those guys that you have to feel like can play in the MLS at some points with his big body frame and really his work rate. Having played in the ACC for Clemson, having played against some of the big dogs in college soccer, he's a player capable of playing at that level.
Yeah, he's already logged MLS minutes this year in the back line, which is good for him and not far off. I'm sure he'll get more of a consistent start, especially if you have the likes of Chris Schuler with his injuries and some of the problems that Real Salt Lake's had over the season long.
Real Salt Lake having to use many defenders this season, having tabbed Kavita as one of them that they would use during the season, and he's played well for Real Salt Lake, but also another night getting an opportunity here for the Monarchs. Filipovic. His shot up and over the bar. As we haven't called much of his name tonight, he's been kind of non-existent in the midfield so far.
Yeah, he's kind of well-traveled. It's interesting to see a lot of the USL players that have gone to Europe and played in different leagues. He's been in Austria, Bosnia, Scottish Premier Leagues, and he finally found his home with the OC Blues this year and then was acquired in July by Arizona United.
Pekka. His pass going to be just too far out in front, as Oriana is going to be taken out by Garcia. That pass, Sean, switching across the field has to be a little tighter to the players. That pass is going to be picked off very often, especially in a game like tonight.
Yeah, luckily Garcia was not able to get on the end of that and to spring forward on a counterattack. Just slightly out of reach for him.
Welshman's going to apply pressure. He's going to force the giveaway.
I don't know if I agree with this. I think Welshman just steps in front of Ruthven and wins this ball cleanly. We'll have to see a replay, but he's whistled for the foul.
Rough challenge, or rough call by the ref on that challenge by Emery Welshman. Looking forward to Tan. Orozco and Kavita have done a phenomenal job defending Tan tonight.
Freddie Juarez talked about him making a complete 90 minutes. If they can do this for another 2/3 of the game, they'll have a job well done. Oh, that's close from Fito. Almost gives the ball away in bad spot.
Monarchs have had points in the season, Sean, where that's plagued them. One on the top of my mind that I can think of was Lucas Baldin slipping up in the midfield and giving away a goal early on in the season, something that is an issue when you decide to play that much out of the back.
He corrected his mistake. His touch is heavy, but he's able to win it right back. Nothing doing for Arizona.
Monarchs doing a great job of defending, content to let United pass it around, and their errant passes here early on. Welshman to Pekka.
Double team here on Tan. He's got Kavita to help cover and balance behind him.
Arnone's going to defend him.
Tan spent some time with Vancouver back in 2008.
Ball's out wide. Whipped into the box. And Orozco is going to be able to knock that one out of play. Well defended by Emilio Orozco. Ball is going to be knocked out for a corner kick. The second of the match for Arizona United, as Garcia is going to trot over to take this one.
Looks like everyone forward except is that number 3, Damian Rosales.
Garcia. Tan and Orozco tangling up just on the back post. Ball's just over the head and cleared out by multiple Monarch players, getting out of their opportunity. McGovern's going to head that one up. Welshman using his body strength, and he'll whip it forward. It's going to be called out of play. Not quite sure that one completely crossed the line, Sean, but he'll be called.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it crossed all the way over, but assistant referee Christy Mack has the better view down the line.
Zaya to Filipovic. Ruthin looking forward to Tan. Monarchs looking a little out of sorts here in this last couple minutes as we're in the 38th minute of play.
Yeah, last 5-10 minutes, Monarchs have had a hard time winning possession and keeping it. They've dropped back into their block where they're trying to defend and keep everything in front of them.
Follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. Join club conversation and have an exclusive chance at giveaways. As Garcia is going to be taken out by McGovern. Looks like he caught him on the ankles. Might be making a little bit of a meal of that one. As McGovern's going to shrug his shoulders.
Yeah, I think McGovern got him right here. Maybe a dead leg. He's grabbing his hamstring as we see the trainer trot out to give attention to Danny Garcia. And this might be a welcome little break for the Monarchs. The last 5-10 minutes, they haven't had many passes completed.
So we'll take a quick little break here in the action. Rauhoff are going to get some water. We've got the medical training staff waiting to come on. Monarchs lead here 1-0 here in the 39th minute of play.
Like we mentioned, Arizona United cannot come away with anything less than a victory. 3 points if they want to make the playoffs. 2014, they were the 1 seed away from making the USL Pro playoffs. And are they going to find themselves in a similar situation for 2015? They still have 2 remaining games. They play OKC Energy and also Sacramento Republic to finish off their 2015 season.
Looks like he's slowly getting some attention there on the near side. Instructions being barked on the field by Freddie Juarez, head coach of the Real Monarchs here in their inaugural season, having rode a rough streak at the first part of the season, but Sean have really come on as of late and are really the hottest team in the USL right now.
Yeah, they've beat the top-seeded teams. They beat OKC Energy, who was in first place when they came here. They beat Colorado Switchbacks, who are in first place now.
Orozco is going to head that one forward. Oriana. Monarchs have an opportunity to go forward. Pekka. He's out wide. Pekka. Crowd wanted that one to materialize into something, but that ball was way too far forward and really to the keeper all along.
Well, you like from the crowd as soon as Pekka wins the ball and plays to Welshman, they're telling him to go, 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 go. They had an opportunity to streak and counterattack. Jose Cuevas that time definitely went with landing gear up. As soon as he made contact with Tyler Arnone, he dropped to the turf. He knew his touch was too heavy.
Needs to take acting classes if he wants that one to be called. Not quite ready to give him an Oscar on that one, Sean. Oriana's going to turn. He'll find Pekka. Pekka thought about Welshman up forward, but will slow it down.
Arizona's done well at making it difficult and tight for them to play in the center of the park.
Fito with the nice footwork. So he's able to open up space. Arnone, he'll cut inside. Nice footwork. Looking for Oriana. Arnone's going to keep it in. Be knocked off Granger, as Granger is furious. But it's going to be overturned by center referee. A little bit of confusion, but it'll be a United throw-in as Granger's going to knock it forward. Orozco and Dennis go up for it. Dennis, Tan, a very skilled player, Sean. And he'll be knocked over.
Esteban makes a 15-yard sprint to be right in front of Fanny Cavita's face after this foul that he whistled on him. He warning him, I believe, for his hand in his back.
Sean, I would imagine Freddie Juarez isn't quite. He's probably very proud that Cavita's showing some strength back there and really providing to be that force, not letting Tan have any space, even if it is a foul given up at this point of the field.
Yeah, you don't want Tan to be able to turn and get his head up and be able to go to goal. So
Cuevas, right into the waiting arms of Fernandez. Ball's forward to Welshman.
I like the idea from Lalo. He's trying to just punt it out in front of Emery Welshman. He's isolated against, it looks like Damian Rosales. But I don't know if he lost the ball in the sun, just wasn't able to see the trajectory of the ball.
Sean, one good thing about that is Welshman is very capable of beating players one-on-one. He's known for that, in fact, and that's what he likes. So getting an opportunity from Lalo to him gives him a chance to go forward very quickly. Oriana. Monarchs going to maintain possession.
Little flick, not going really anywhere. Tan's as high as he can go, and Dennis is all the way in the midfield when that ball's played.
Arnone's going forward to Sunley. Sunley tried a nice little flick as he's going to Maradona it. Opens up space. Rauhofer with the back heel looking for Oriana.
You like the innovative thought from Rauhofer, back heel. Creativity from Alex Sunley with the Maradona, like you mentioned. Can't have much time left. We're just about the 45-minute mark. I don't imagine there'll be too much injury time. We'll see here shortly, maybe 2-3 minutes because of the injury to Danny Garcia on the near sideline.
McGovern with the throw-in on the near side. 2 minutes of announced stoppage here. We've played 45. We'll add 2 more here. Rauhofer's going to settle. Nice little turn and to flick it off the defender.
Yeah, his first touch is a bit heavy. Takes him all the way to the sideline, but he does well to parry it off his defender to keep possession in favor of the Monarchs.
McGovern will throw it in just at the midfield stripe. Sunley, Welshman there to defend. And McGovern. Oriana's going to have an opportunity. He'll be bodied off by Zaya. The advantage is played by center referee. Fito slips. Pekka cuts that one off. Nice little flick through the back. Monarchs have some numbers. Fito to McGovern. McGovern's going to cut in. Out wide to Sunley. Sunley with a shot. That's blocked by Rosen. Kept in by the Monarchs. Sunley's going to have another opportunity to Welshman.
This is the counter press the Monarchs have talked about. As soon as you lose possession, you see the numbers pressing, forcing the Arizona to have a hard time getting out.
Filipovic. Struggling a little bit as his touch is going to let him down. Sunley to Arnone. Pekka. It's going to be knocked off the ball on that one. Rough challenge as the whistle is blown to indicate 45 minutes of soccer have been played here at Rio Tinto Stadium, where the Monarchs take a 1-0 lead here over Arizona United.
You know, the positive note, you look back at the goal, you find the combination between Emery Welshman and Max Rauhofer for the goal in the, I believe it was the 14th minute early on. Late in the half, Arizona United kept more of the possession, but it was more in the middle third. They didn't really have anything near the Monarchs' goal.
Monarchs will take a 1-0 lead into the halftime break in what has been a great game for them so far, dictating possession as Rauhofer scored in the 13th minute. As we'll take a short break and be back with some halftime commentary here live on KMYU.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt Gash with Real Salt Lake, and with the help of Western Governors University, we're here to help you get soccer smart. Today we talk about the relationship between MLS and the USL. The USL, or the United Soccer League, is a lower-tier professional soccer league that is in its third year of MLS affiliation, completely replacing the old MLS Reserve League as of this year. Think of MLB's minor league system replacing a rec league softball team. As of right now, all 20 MLS teams are either fielding their own USL team or are affiliated with an independent USL club. The beginning of the 2015 USL season saw a record 9 expansion teams join the league, including our very own Real Monarchs. The idea is to have our younger, inexperienced players develop and get valuable playing time in regimented professional settings in preparation for their opportunity in an MLS game. Think back to Fanny Kavita making his first MLS start against the Columbus Crew with pro reps in tow with the Monarchs. Now, think back to that same start and imagine him making that start without playing competitively since preseason. So as American soccer grows, not only will we have a thriving first division in MLS, but a talented competitive pipeline to the first team evolving the sport in the USL.
Chicken pesto, my favorite sandwich.
We're back live here at Rio Tinto Stadium, where the Monarchs have a 1-0 lead over Arizona United, and is what has been an exciting match here early on. Monarchs possessing the majority of this game and really continuing along with their hot streak this season, Sean.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job with their clinical finishing, right? That's the biggest difference in the recent weeks, where they've been able to get their results. When they create their goal-scoring opportunities, they bury it. And we saw that off a combination with Emery Welshman and Max Rauhofer.
Rauhofer sitting on 9 goals this season, and really is quite impressive as he was suspended for 5 games this season for a fight he got in mid-season. So really, if you add those 5 games back, he probably could be in the double digits with goals here in this inaugural season for the Monarchs.
Well, and you mentioned something important in his run from Emery Welshman. Did a good job to beat his defender, I believe Damian Rosales, out wide. And he had his help from Tyler Ruthven, the center back. But Emery Welshman does a good job getting around the corner, but Max Rauhofer is in the right spot, uses his body well to fend off the defender, and then he just slots it to the near post.
Monarchs really looking to continue this momentum riding into next season, as they've almost made it all the way through their inaugural season. Struggled at the beginning of the season. Sean, what do they have to look forward to now here with an off season? Now most of these players have some experience under their belts. Most of these players were first-year players.
Well, if you look at the USL overall and the players signed in teams throughout the league, contracts usually are around 3 to 6 months. So you really have to fight for your right to stay with the team. So these players right now, are they going to be playing with the Monarchs in 2016?
You never know, but Sean, these players are fighting for their lives here, playing for the Monarchs, and looking to come out with another victory, as we'll take another break here live on KMYU.
This halftime report brought to you by Rio Tinto Kennecott. We invite you to take a closer look at riotintokennecott.com. By Corner Bakery Cafe. Come get a taste of what's happening at your corner. By Life Vantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom. And the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you.
Comedian and actor Hal Sparks is coming to Salt Lake City on September 18th and 19th. And the only place you can see him is the Club at 50 West. Known from his roles as a comedian and host on VH1 and E!Television's Talk Soup, Hal Sparks is currently touring the U.S. performing his stand-up comedy. Come see Hal Sparks in an up-close and intimate setting at the Club at 50 West on Friday, September 18th and Saturday, September 19th. There are a limited amount of seats available for this exclusive show, so get your tickets now at 50westslc.com.
Together on three. 1, 2, 3, together. What a goal! Swell Plata!
Real Salt Lake wins it on the strength of 20,000 loud, strong, and proud RSL fans here tonight at Rio Tinto Stadium.
We just got back this week. What we're trying to do is create an environment that's really competitive, very intense, and hopefully that's going to transfer over onto the game on Saturday.
It was nice to get a few days break just to step away from the game, clear your head, and then come back knowing that we've got 7 games and we've got to win 5+ games to get into the playoffs. So it's definitely a tough ask. We know the odds are against us, but yeah, it was nice to get away and then now come back feeling refreshed and ready just to give it our all these last 6-7 games in the MLS, and then obviously priorities come qualifying in the CONCACAF as well, which is totally in our hands.
We have to be smart, go game by game. Now we have to play Houston, go in there, try to get 3 points. But yeah, we already know that it's gonna be tough. But I think the best thing right now is going game by game.
With 7 games to go, you win 5+, then we might be just getting above that red line. We'll see. So. 1 game at a time. Houston's going to be a big game for us. The games didn't go our way this weekend, but now we just got to make sure we take care of the next couple of games just to give us a chance. I've got every confidence and faith in the squad, whoever it's going to be, to step in for myself and Tony this weekend, and I'm just seeing it as an extra couple of days rest to save myself for the El Salvador game, so I'll be ready for that game.
Jordan Allen's playing there right now, and I like a lot of the things that we can do with Jordan. Jordan's a very good 1v1 defender, but he also gets forward and serves a very good ball. So really it's just trying to help him out this week, make him feel comfortable defensively, and then once OC gets in, Justin gets in, we'll make a decision. It's a tough team. I think they're starting to feel good about the way Owen wants them to play. They're physical, but then on top of that, they have quality. You're going to have to go down there and be good. It's a tough place. It's going to be hot, but our players know the urgency of this game and what it's going to take, and we're going to need 3 points. But we're also not going to have to throw caution to the wind early down there. We have to be smart. We have to make sure we're organized defensively and put away our chances when we get them.
I think it's the weather, humidity over there, but it's not a big deal. I think at Dallas we play a good second half. Now we have to keep improving, like to improve a little bit more, defensively and offensively, and try to get 3 points in Houston.
I think it just puts another player that scores goals on the field. I don't know how much it helps them in their build-up. It just really helps them in their final third. I think he's getting fitter now. He's starting to get some more games under his belt. He hasn't played a ton with Bruin, but when you have Barnes, you have Davis, you have Ricardo Clark joining in, they have a lot of weapons.
"30 questions in 90 seconds. Let the fans get to know you.
All
Ready?
right. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. So what's your name?
Fanuel Kavita,
What's your position?
center back.
Hardest thing about playing center back?
If you have fast forwards,
What's your number?
3.
Where are you from?
I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo.
What's your favorite European club?
Chelsea.
What's your favorite movie?
The Lion King.
Who's your soccer hero?
I don't really have one. I really admire Sergio Ramos.
Okay. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Twitter or Instagram?
Both.
Vine or Snapchat?
Snapchat.
What's your favorite food?
Chicken and rice.
What do you put on your pizza?
I don't like pizza.
Favorite band?
Nickelback.
You lied. Dogs or cats?
Dogs, for sure.
Favorite sports besides soccer?
Basketball.
Person you want to have dinner with?
Jessica Alba.
A country you'd like to visit?
France.
Favorite color?
Green.
What do you do to relax?
Music.
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Fly.
Boxers or briefs?
Briefs.
What's the last hobby you picked up?
Basketball.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
What do you miss about your hometown?
Family.
Favorite Disney character?
Hercules.
What are your game day rituals?
Listening to music.
Who are you rooming with?
Myself.
Favorite subject in school?
Math.
Funniest player on Monarchs?
Definitely Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Awesome, thanks, man.
No problem.
Welcome back into Rio Tinto Stadium here for second half action. I'm Landon Southwick, joined alongside my partner Sean Blymiller for today's afternoon game here. Monarchs lead 1-0 over Arizona United as both teams are making their way out onto the pitch.
Yeah, it looks like there's a substitution that will be made right here at halftime. Number 22, Shilo Shuma. Monarchs, you might recognize him from the opening game of this season. He was playing with the Timbers too, actually scored against the Monarchs when he was dressed with them. He was released by Portland earlier this year after being selected in the 14 Super Draft, 17th overall by Timbers. He's at a University of Maryland with 16 goals and 49 appearances for the University of Maryland.
You'll notice that Maryland connection, Sean, and I'm sure that has something to do with why he's here playing for Arizona United.
My guess he comes in for Aaron Dennis alongside your top performer along Tan.
Monarchs really have been cutting off a lot of the attacks of Arizona United here in the first half. Let's see if they can continue that trend into the second half and kill this game off. Hopefully adding more goals along the way. The Monarchs play well when they score multiple goals, Sean.
Well, and Shuma is big, fast, strong, so he'll add a lot to deal with, especially for Fanny Cavita and Emilio Orozco. Can they stand up to the challenge with Tan, who's a creative, crafty forward with a big, strong target player?
Sean, both teams are getting ready here. So they'll circle up respectively. Just a reminder, Real Salt Lake kicking off later tonight, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time against the Houston Dynamo, in BVA Compass Park in Houston, Texas.
Real Salt Lake having 7 games left. They really need to win 5 or more in order to get above that red line to make the playoffs. The top 6 seeds move on, just like USL. Top 6 teams advance.
Fairly large crowd on hand here tonight.
You see the kids dancing. They did give a jersey to one of the #1 dancing fans all season long today. They gave that to him at halftime. So if you didn't make it out to a Monarch game, you better next year.
And we're underway here in second half. Action between Arizona United and the Real Monarchs.
Looks like Dennis is still on.
Rosales.
Aaron Dennis remained on the field. We'll check and see who Sheila Shuma replaced.
Monarchs had 6 total shots in the first half compared to the 2 of Arizona United. Lalo Fernandez wasn't forced into action. Wazinski was. Cuevas. He'll play it back post. Lands in the 6, but out of play across the end line for a goal kick.
Looks like Shuma is slotting into the midfield and not up high. And maybe they're going to a 4-3-3. We'll yet to find out. It does look like they've gone to 4-3-3. 3 forwards, 3 central midfielders.
Garcia looks to be the one that made way in the first half. From the first half. Ruthlin on the far side to Rosales. Welshman's going to take Tashuma out. Looking forward, Orozco's there. So that one's going to be cleared up. There's going to be a foul called on Alex Sunley, the captain for the Monarchs. Filipovic will be fouled. McGovern and Dennis. Dennis with a nice footwork. McGovern defending him well. He'll whip it out of play just in front of the corner flag for a throw-in.
Does well. Riley McGovern's isolated, but doesn't buy into the fakes and feints. Just stands his ground.
It's going to be offside on United.
It's good work from the back line, stepping together, especially when the ball is deep in near the corner flag, and all 4 back line step forward together as a unit.
The shadow is now taking over 3/4 of the field as it's slowly, the sun's going down here along the Wasatch front. Fito's going to chase that one out wide. Cuevas back to the keeper. Wozinski.
Both Benji Lara and Freddy Juarez pressing their team to push higher defensively. Max Rauhofer almost wins off of Wozinski's foot there.
Going to be a foul on Pekka. He was on back of Tashuma's knocked him from behind and was fouled. McGovern's going to throw it in on the far side for the Monarchs. Monarchs lead here 1-0 in the 50th minute of play. Orozco to Welshman. To Pekka. Advantage played. Pekka's going to be taken out. The advantage will be played, and Rauhofer, where Rauhofer was taken down, the foul will be called, and the ball will be pulled back to that point.
Yeah, it looked like he was allowing it to play on, see if anything developed from it, but no advantage was shown. No advantage fully developed for the Monarchs, so he pulled the foul back.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. That's @Nike Soccer on Twitter. Orozco back to Fernandez. He'll play it out with his left foot.
Long Tan did well to just force him onto his unfavored left foot. Lalo does well just to play it out of danger.
Orozco's going to foul Dennis at the angle. Dangerous position for a free kick. Not really the position to be shooting it, but a dangerous position to cross it in.
Yeah, this could be a teasing ball right about the 6 to the penalty spot. Lalo will have to be strong and determined to be commanding in his box. Fanny Kavita and Orozco need to make sure they win this ball, the initial ball.
Two-man wall. Filipovic plays it into the back post. Orozco's going to head it forward. Oriana is going to knock it all the way up to midfield. Monarchs still applying pressure. McGovern. Rosales out wide on the far side. His ball into the box. Knocked out. Monarchs sitting very far in, Sean, here in the last couple minutes, having trouble clearing the line. Kavita.
At the same time, Arizona is pressing. Look, they've had so many numbers forward, both outside backs, even Granger pressing high. He's on the ball there.
Sunley's going to turn. He'll go forward to Welshman. Welshman loves the 1v1. He's going to cut, dices around, tries to whip it across the box, and that'll be blocked by Rosales for a throw-in.
Granger took a big piece of Tyler Arnone. There's a replay of that exact foul.
Arnone looking down below his shin guard.
Referee checking on Arnone to see if he needs a trainer for attention. I'm surprised Granger doesn't get a yellow card on that for that challenge.
He's really kept the cards in his pocket tonight, Sean. Could have shown one early on to Fito in the first half, but chose not to. McGovern with the throw-in. Sunley took his eye off the ball, and that one will cross the end line for a goal kick for United.
See the subs on the end line getting ready. I imagine Eti Tavares, he's been a super sub this season. He'll come off the bench, would be my guess. You also have Garrett Losi, an attacking player. I bet Lucas Baldin will make way. Or will come on later as well.
Rosales with the throw-in front of the United bench. Looking forward to Dennis, and Tashuma was running off him. Be knocked out of play. 54th minute of play. Monarchs lead 1-0. Dennis able to get his hands on that one. Or his head on it. But right into the waiting hands of Lalo Fernandez. Been knocked out of play. On the near side, Arnone with the throw-in.
Arnone just took a shot right into the face. Jose Cuevas just pelted the ball right at Tyler Arnone. Took it right in the mouth.
Orozco to Oriana. Monarchs will slow things up. All the way back to the keeper. Kavita. Trying to communicate with Pekka and Oriana. Neither of them were moving into that open space between the defenders, and he played it off. And what was lucky for him to go out of play.
Yeah, he's complaining they're not checking back to the ball to get that short one. You love to see that communication direction from your center back. He's been a leader, Fanny Kavita, both defensively and in the attack.
Rauhofer with a little nutmeg. Dispossessed. Welshman almost had an opportunity to go forward. McGovern in a foot race. Fernandez out. Orozco is going to keep away from the goal. Sunley's going to be taken out by Filipovic.
I want to highlight this little move. Very savvy move from Sunley. He just puts himself between him and Filipovic. Filipovic was tracking behind him, and Sunley just uses his body to make sure that Filipovic has to go through him to get to the ball. It's exactly what he does to commit the foul.
Orozco forward to Pekka. Pekka with a nice skill check to bring that one down with his chest. McGovern's pass will be picked off. Noticing the question on Twitter about the field and the little green spots you may notice on the fields. From Real Salt Lake's Twitter account, you'll know they talked about, it's called POA, comes from other cleats that have played on the field, and a new pitch will be installed in May here at Rio Tinto Stadium. So exciting news to have a new pitch. Hopefully bring back some of that greenness. Looks great though, Sean.
I would love to play on these conditions. A good combination in the midfield. Oh, unlucky.
Rauhofer will keep it in. McGovern out wide. Fito from distance. Just over the bar.
Yeah, he got a hold of this. Unfortunately, it just sails just over the bar. Good combination. I thought Emery Welshman's touch was going to take him in, but nonetheless, good combination to set Fito Avalle up for a shot from about 20, 25 yards out.
Pekka's going to slip. Rauhofer checks back to pick it up as there will be an offside call. Coming from an offside position into an onside position. Monarchs, and there will be a call just straight even with the Monarchs bench. Wozinski looks forward to Tan. Dennis is on rushing. Kavita will get there first. He'll use his strength and open up space. Suddenly, Monarch could break right here. Pekka with wheels to Welshman. Back to Pekka. Pekka was just moving too quick as everybody seems to be slipping here in the last couple minutes. Fito will cut it off to Pekka. Looking for Rauhofer. Rauhofer wasn't quite making the run that Pekka was looking for, as that one will be cut off.
Yeah, Sunley was streaking right down the middle of the field. I thought he was a better choice, but he thought that Rauhofer made that run tighter to his shoulder.
Tan with it on the edge of the area. Fernandez comes out as Rosales is on rushing. Fernandez gets there first. This game's opened up here in the last couple minutes, Sean. End-to-end action. Rauhofer's going to turn. Monarchs calling for the switch.
Yeah, Fanny Kavita and Orozco are yelling for Oriana to get the ball.
Oriana's going to be too far out in front of Oriana. Rothlin will play it back to the keeper. Kavita's going to be called for the foul on Dennis.
Kavita disagrees. He's holding his ground, being strong. You've seen the strength and the speed from Kavita. That time he's whistled for a foul right up just near the midfield stripe.
Quick restart. 60th minute of play. Monarchs lead 1-0 here at Rio Tinto Stadium. Cuevas. Filipovic dropping back deep. Sunley's going to cut that one off. He'll play it back to Rosen. Reminder, Arizona United fighting for their playoff lives right now. They must have a win to stay in this one or even have a possibility of making it into the 6th spot in the Western Conference playoff race.
Yeah, like I said, they're at 31 points. Tulsa Roughnecks have 39.
DeShuma showing he's got some wheels. Cut off by Orozco. And Orozco, all he could do was knock that one out for a corner kick. This will be the 3rd corner kick of the game for Arizona United. Quickly taken. Cuevas in the area. Back post. Sunley's there to head it out.
Looked like it took a deflection off Brock Granger on that far post. After Sunley takes a touch, should be a throw-in for the Monarchs.
Arnone will throw in on the far side. Oriana taking a beating from behind tonight, Sean.
Yeah, that's Jose Cuevas. A couple of times has taken a few knocks to the ankles, Achilles of players. A few to mention, Fito Avaya has taken a couple of those hits.
Foul calls for a foul. Fito with a nice turn to Kavita, to Sunley. Sunley's going to turn and go forward. He had Welshman if he was looking for it. Rauhofer's in. Rauhofer! Just too far in front of him. Wozinski's going to come off his line.
Yeah, Wozinski does well. There's a couple of times as a midfielder, if you don't time the pass right, it's okay to keep possession so that you don't give it up, forcing a pass that has gone by you. Saw exactly that from Alex Sunley. Welshman had all kinds of space. He just didn't time his pass correctly, so he elects to keep it.
Welshman and Rauhofer were both looking to get into the attack, both looking to be sprung forward. The ball was held onto just a touch too long. Free kick, United. Orozco is going to rise up for it. He's done a good job all season long of winning those 50-50 balls in the air. Granger. Freddie Juarez asking the Monarchs to push a little farther forward. Peck almost is able to tie it up. United will keep possession. Out wide to Rosales. Rosales looking forward to Shuma.
Yeah, he's looking to put that down the line, but he just pulled it right out of play. Fanny Kavita screaming at his defenders to get higher up the field.
65th minute of play. Rosales. Granger into Tan. It's going to be stripped by Fito. Great defense by Fito. Tan has not been able to find any space whatsoever tonight. Oriana going forward. He's going to cut in. Looking for Sunley.
And Oriana's whistled for a foul. You saw the little stop and go hesitation move to just blow right by his defender. Even in his efforts, he's getting a knock to his shins. Here's the handball you'd see right there.
You got to appreciate the work rate there as he was able to really make a 40 or 50-yard sprint there with the ball.
And there's a couple of times that they get penetrating on one side, one flank. It looks like on the other side there's a free runner. They're just not able to find it.
A slip by an Arizona United player and a bad giveaway for the Monarchs. Cuevas is going to settle it. To Shuma. He's in the box. His shot's wide.
Riley McGovern, he slipped when this ball started to go in that direction towards Shuma. Fortunate enough that Shuma just puts this ball wide.
Welshman. McGovern, good composure as Pekka plays it in front of him. Pekka's had a few of those tonight, Sean, just out in front of the player. He knows he played that too far as he was frustrated with himself there.
Sharpness needs to be a little bit better across the board. Emery Welshman's ball back to Riley McGovern was not heavy enough, not with enough pace, so he had to go right into a challenge. And the rhythm was broken down a little bit from that.
McGovern. Kavita there to clean it up. Filipovic slips. Sunley.
Oh, that ball just checked up on the grass. Alex Sunley was thinking it was going to run through.
Sunley going to be called for the foul.
This looks like Zaya that looked like might have rolled his ankle in the collision with Alex Sunley.
Free kick, United. Rauhofer to Welshman. Welshman going at the defender. Welshman, shot, parried away. Oriana's going to keep it in. He's inside the box. Be knocked out of play by Granger. Good opportunity for the Monarchs there.
I think Alex Sunley was right here behind that. If Oriana can play him early, he could set his feet and have a shot from distance, but Oriana faces up his defender, Granger. Gets by him on the outside on the in line and wins a corner.
Sunley will take the corner kick for the Monarchs. In the box, headed by Kavita. Kavita's going to chase down Tan. Tan's going to slow it up. The Cuevas.
You can see in the retreat, the Monarchs have done really well to not allow anyone behind. George, Mikey, and Pekka have an exchange of words right at midfield.
Sunley tracking back to knock that one and help defensively. Looks like we're going to have another sub momentarily from United. Scott Morrison, the defender, number 23, is going to check in here. The next dead ball.
Well done from Oriana. That's such tight space to get out of that pressure. Spring Riley McGovern on this side. He's got so much space to work with.
McGovern has wheels, defended by Rosales. He'll cut in. McGovern's shot. Probably not the best option for him, Sean.
Important to cut off this counterattack.
That shot's just wide.
George
by
Mikey
Maliki.
with from distance just puts that to the near post. It was probably at the right height, just pulls it a little wide.
Just wide. So we're going to have two subs here. All USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today.
Looks like Brock Granger makes way for Scott Morrison. And number 5, Daniel Antunes enters the game for Romeo Filipovic.
Morrison. We go wide as both players getting in on the action there. Monarchs still lead here 1-0 in the 72nd minute of play. Oriana's going to cut that one off. Falls to Tan. To Dennis. Atunez. Looking forward. Lalo Fernandez is going to come off his line. He'll play this one forward, looking for Rauhofer. Pekka sneaks his way in. Oriana going forward. Oriana, he's in! Shot! Save!
Shows his strength there, Landon. He's dribbling at 3 guys, and he's just flying by all of them. Puts the ball on his right foot. Gets a shot away. Wazinski just stands up. Parries it wide.
Tan's going to be offside.
Looks like we'll have a substitution for the Monarchs. Eti Tavares will be entering the game. He comes in for Mikey Oriana. Eti will provide a lot of pace and a lot of 1v1 ability, just like Mikey Oriana. He's a like-for-like switch in a lot of ways. He just provides a little bit more of height, but both of them have wheels and 1v1 ability.
Oriana had an opportunity just moments ago to put the Monarchs up 2-0, but great work from him tonight, Sean, as he was pushing and using his wheels all night long.
He was very close. Wazinski just stands up strong and dives to his right. to deny the goal-scoring opportunity to Oriana. Good work from him. He covered a lot of ground. We'll see what Eti Tavares will bring. I think a lot of the reason that Granger was subbed off the field is because Oriana was coming at him all day long.
Welshman out wide on the far side to Sunley. It's going to be cut off. Morrison. He'll get it back. He'll slow things up. Monarchs going to make another sub here as Lucas Baldine is overstanding with the fourth official. Rosales is going to try to keep that one in.
My guess,
Cannot.
My guess, Baldine will be coming in for Sunley as that attacking midfield role.
Lucas Baldine, the University of Southern Florida, where he was a Herman Trophy finalist his senior year. Player that's really shown capable of playing at the MLS level. A great skill set under that player and a good head on him.
He's got 5 goals, 3 assists on the year. I love how simple he plays. He checks in the space, plays early, plays often and quick.
Rauhofer is going to catch a knee to the groin. He's down. Rothlin caught him. Baldine's now wearing the captain armband for the Monarchs, with Sunley having left this one.
Baldine scored. I really want to say the run of form started away at Sacramento Republic, where they tied 1-1. Emery Welshman assisting Lucas Baldine on the tying goal late. And then Lucas Baldine combining with Emery Welshman that next game against Colorado Switchbacks. And then Sounders 2 was the next victory. Just very simple. Probably 80% success rate on his passes or better.
Welshman in the box. It's going to ping around. Played back to the keeper, and he'll knock it forward. Orozco is going to get up and over Tan to win that one. McGovern, great defense on Tashuma. Rosales with the throw-in. Orozco was hanging on the back. The player there. Pekka to Orozco, looking forward to Welshman, or to Rauhofer, correction. Zaya's going to play it back to the keeper. 78th minute of play. Monarchs still lead 1-0, nursing a goal in the 13th minute by Max Rauhofer, his 9th of the season.
Long ball played over the top. No one really reading that from Tyler Ruthven. Lalo Fernandez will take his time to restart.
Rauhofer to Welshman. Baldine's going to try to keep it in.
You see the step from Pekka. He's out holding midfield, but he's all the way next to Emery Welshman's shoulder to give that counter press as soon as they lose the possession to win it right back.
Baldine to Welshman. Tries to spring Tavares. Tavares is going to get it to Welshman. To Rauhofer, correction, just in front of him. Baldine's going to keep it in to McGovern. McGovern looking back post. Too long for everybody, and that will be out of play.
That was inches away for being 2-0. Eti Tavares does well, show his strength, shoulder off the challenge. Just slightly in front of Rauhofer. He's not able to get a toe to it.
Rauhofer almost had the brace. Monarch throwing on the near side. Well, another sub.
It looks like Jose Cuevas comes off for Robbie Dersheng. Dersheng has 1 goal on the year. He was at Akron, one of the top college programs, in 2013.
Tavares causing trouble for Morrison. Tashuma going forward. He'll slow things up. Monarchs applying a lot of team pressure here.
And they're shifting to cut this off. Looked like Arizona took too long to play that ball.
McGovern was tired as that ball. Welshman thought he was right there and was just playing it to him, but Welshman was defended by Rosales. Tan's touch lets him down there. Fernandez looking forward to Rauhofer. Great work by Zaya to win that one. Tan dropping further and further into midfield, Sean, to try to find the ball here as of recent.
That is a good sign for if you're a Monarch player. You want him as far away from goal as possible, especially when he's getting a touch on the ball.
Rosales tries to open the gates, but is out of play.
It's been a couple of times where his touch has let him down and just put him out of play. He's getting out wide to stretch the Monarchs' defense, force them to really shift all the way over to him, but he's done a huge favor giving the ball right back.
Rauhofer is going to turn the defender. That's going to be a yellow card. It's a professional foul by Roflin here in the 82nd minute of play.
That was like a full wrestling move right there, tugging him back and pulling on Rauhofer.
Sean, if that's Emery Welshman, he's off to the races. Emery Welshman has that pure speed. Rauhofer fairly quick, not quite as quick as Emery Welshman.
Looks like Fito Avalle will come off for Lenin Celestino. Looks like Rauhofer is injured as well. Wazinski upset with Rauhofer for not stepping off the field. Looks like Garrett Losi will be replacing Rauhofer.
Losi, another Utah product, and probably the most local of them all, having grown up here in Sandy, attending Alta High School, going on to play at BYU down in Provo, and then moving to Cal State Fullerton for his senior year.
He's born in Provo and then went to high school in Alta, like you mentioned. So a lot of the Utah talent moved here at a young age. Mikey Oriana moved here at 8. I believe Faniel Cavita around the same age. It's great to see the potential for these young players. Last night I called the Utah Valley match. I'd venture to guess some of their players will be suiting up in a Monarchs uniform in the future. Some quality down there, local talent.
Rauhofer's going to make way as Losi's going to check in here in the 84th minute of play. Rauhofer is going to end the season with 9 goals for the Monarchs, but also having missed a chunk of the majority of the season, actually, as being acquired mid-season, not mid-season, early season, I guess, and then being suspended for 5 games. Losi with his first touch. To Pekka. Ball is going to be knocked off United for a Monarchs throw-in.
Monarchs' number one priority at this moment is secure the victory, 1-0 advantage. You don't have to get numbers forward. Make sure everything stays in front of you, especially Tan and the dangerous players.
Orozco with a great sliding challenge.
The timing on that has to be perfect, and he does it picture perfect there.
Celestino comes back to help. Baldine. Monarchs dropping in a little bit. Switched far. Off the head
Go at him,
of
Emery.
United. Emery Welshman at the midfield stripe. He'll switch it to the near side to Tavares. Smartly slows things up.
Riley McGovern's wide open if they can. A little late finding him.
Pekka to Arnone. Monarchs just keeping possession simple here in the final few minutes.
Etty can turn. He's got
Etty's
space.
in. He's in the area. It's going to be a free kick given just outside the area, Sean. Would have been a corner kick, but turns into a shorter corner kick.
Etty does well. He's got space in front of him. He's getting his head up, trying to find a service. Looks like Zaya just commits a slide tackle, doesn't make contact with the ball.
'87th minute of play, 2-man wall in front of Baldine. Baldine's going to set up with the right foot, just outside the area on the near side.
You'll see 3 defenders back versus the 2 attackers for Arizona United, keeping numbers up, advantage. Defensively, that is.
Baldine. Tavares gets his head on it. Tavares was held, I believe, on that back post, but he'll be called for the foul.
The defender was wrapped all the way around Tavares' back shoulders. Looks like a grappling move in a wrestling match, but he's whistled for the foul as you see the replay here. This is a defensive change. Emery Welshman, attacker. Darian Copeland, more of a defender. Go back to a 4-4-2, a 4-5-1. Looks like Garrett Losi and Etty Tavares are the 2 strikers.
Losi's going to apply pressure here. Sean, it'd be fun to see Losi get his goal here in this inaugural season.
I would celebrate big time for the guy. He's a good friend of mine.
Ball's out wide with Chin. Orozco's going to cut that one off. Baldine forward to Tavares. Tavares with the turn. It's got to be a red card, Sean. Sean.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. He is the last man. It is a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Should be a red card. Should go to the back pocket here.
I am blown away. He had a 1v1 opportunity, is taken down from behind, and will be only given a yellow handed out on that one.
There is no... The only argument that the referee has here is if there's another defender that can prevent the goal-scoring opportunity, and the defender was even behind, the second defender was even behind Zaya. So He has to go to the back pocket. Isaiah is fortunate that he won't miss the next match.
Baldine. He'll shot on goal just over the bar.
We saw Eti Tavares score a goal just a couple weeks ago, very much like that. Breakaway from the midfield. He's so fast. Breakaway speed.
So big congratulations to the Real Monarchs organization. We're going to finish 6th in attendance in the USL and first among MLS affiliates with 4,698 as their average attendance here in the USL in their inaugural season.
Perfect opportunity to come out, see a soccer match. Inexpensive. Players that are up and coming that will be playing for Real Salt Lake in the future.
Losi trying to keep that one in. Here in the 90th minute of play. We're going to have an announced stoppage here shortly.
I think it's important to note Bofo Salcido's been missing from this. He's been with the U20s. He did score a goal against Israel. Shout out to him. Here's Fanny Kavita with the header clearance on Pekka's head.
Just like to let you KMYU fans out there know that you'll have to switch over to the YouTube channel to finish this one, as they're going to switch away to the Real Salt Lake versus Houston Dynamo game. We'd like to thank you for your viewership tonight. 3 minutes of stoppage announced here. Play 3 minutes left here in this inaugural season for the Monarchs. Arnone with it out wide. To Losi. Back to Arnone. To Baldine. Baldine's going to slip. Celestino's going to go
He's going to be carded
into the book.
It should kill off a couple of seconds. Already into the stoppage time.
United still pushing. Tashuma. Great defense by McGovern as he's going to knock it off of Tashuma for a Monarch throw-in.
You have Pekka.
Can't be much left in this one, Sean.
Pekka and Riley McGovern are swarming around Shuma. Good work from him.
Tavares.
It's another foul that should be whistled. Isaiah just bumped Tavares there.
He's got away with a little bit tonight on Eti Tavares. His Eti's just shown his speed. Celestino's going to rise for that one. Falls to McGovern. Can't be much left in this one.
Well done from Losi. Get up to that challenge. Rise up.
Pekka takes one off the face. Losi's going to knock it out of play. Pekka still down. Took that one right to the face. Looks to be touching his lip and mouth area.
This will extend the play just a bit longer. There's got to be about a minute left in the stoppage.
Monarchs looking to extend their 4-game win streak momentarily, trying to push that to 5 to end the season, Sean, and really end on a phenomenal note.
Yeah, they'll go to 27 points on the season. 28 games is the regular season. 3 points, obviously, for a win. Something to grow on in the inaugural season.
Fair play. Be a throw-in for the Monarchs just in front of the United bench. McGovern with the long throw. Looking forward to Tavares. McGovern has a long throw there that he can get it well forward as they're going to milk this one as long as they can. Forward to Losi. And that's the final whistle here at Rio Tinto Stadium, where the Monarchs claim their 5th victory in a row and extend their winning streak to 5 games here to end the inaugural season.
Congratulations to coaching staff, Freddie Juarez, Benji Lara, Jeff Ginn, and everyone else included, for them to come away with another victory, to be on a 5-game winning streak to end the 2015 season. Makes us look forward to a lot of things for 2016.
Sean, a lot of things to be excited to. Really a great showing here at the end of the season by the Monarchs and by multiple players. You can name a handful that had a great end of the season and are really pushing for a contract.
Well, you standout players tonight, I think players that we need to mention: Fanny Cavita, Emilio Orozco, Riley McGovern, Tyler Arnaud on that back line, Lalo Fernandez were extremely solid. Lalo didn't really have much to do because of his defense and their shape and their organization.
Tan really did not have an opportunity to get the ball and didn't really have any opportunities on goal, as Fernandez wasn't tested much during the night.
He really wasn't, and you mentioned in the broadcast he was checking back deep, almost to the midfield stripe, and that allows for Fito Avalle and Pekka and the defensive midfielders to keep Tan in front of them as well. So anytime you see that, a goal scorer with 14 goals checking back into the space, he's trying to find the game, and that means they're doing a good job.
The National Guard man of the match for tonight's game is Max Rohofer, with his goal in the first half to lead the Monarchs to a 1-0 victory, and he really ended the season off on a high note with 9 goals to end his first season with the Monarchs.
Yeah, he shows his quality, his clinical finishing, and we'll look forward to probably see him next year. He probably earned his way onto the roster for 2016, but I'm looking forward to what this team can offer.
You really we're not quite sure of what the roster will be next year, Sean, but you can note that multiple of these players tonight put in a good case to be back here in Salt Lake next year, looking for an opportunity to make it to the first team.
It really did, and Freddie Juarez talks about how these guys are all young. They're gaining experience as a pro. The games are really tests, exams that they have to stand up to the challenge. And as the season developed, they learned how to seal off victories and secure their advantage when they're up 1-0 or 2-1 late in a game.
Chalk this 5-game winning streak up to a lot of experience that was gained early on in the season. They lost a lot of games on inexperience, and really at the end of the season they showed that experience to win and run on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, sometimes the best way to learn a lesson is by failure, and they learned that earlier this season where they gave up advantages. One of the biggest heartbreaks, Austin Aztecs at their place. They're up 2-1 late in the game, 5 minutes left, and they end up giving up 2 goals, and they lose those 3 points. But you can see the maturity and the development and the progress from everyone across the roster.
For an organization, this is a successful inaugural season. They would have loved to be in the playoffs, but Sean, you got to look forward with the positive. 5-game win streak, 6th in attendance, best among MLS teams. Really, if you would have been able to start this run earlier, it might have been a different story late, but a good success for them.
Well, you see the players jumping from the USL side to the MLS side.
We'd like to thank all of you for joining us this season for Real Salt Lake, Real Monarchs inaugural season, and we'd like to thank the crew and staff here for their great work, and we'll sign off.
Tonight's post-game wrap-up is brought to you by the famous Budweiser beer, brewed the hard way, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, fast finish. This Bud's for you. By ESPN 700, the home of Real Salt Lake and Monarchs soccer. Listen to every match by tuning in to ESPN 700, Utah's #1 sports talk. Corner Bakery Cafe. Come get a taste of what's happening at your corner. And Life Vantage, helping people achieve health, wealth, and personal freedom.